Hello and welcome to the special edition COVID-19 Rogers Television program dedicated to providing you and your family information about services and resources available during this pandemic. My name is Carol Merton, and before I introduce our guests today, I want to just take a few minutes to say thank you and provide some additional information. So as you know, we are now moving through phase 1 and towards phase 2 of the reopening of our province. And we celebrate the lifting of some of the public health restrictions, and we are hopeful that we can continue to move through phase 2 and on to phase 3 of the plan. Significant attention to the details required to keep the public and employees safe is very clear, and it's very obvious in the various businesses and services that are gradually reopening. They need our support to follow these instructions and directions as we keep working together to prevent the spread of COVID-19. I know for sure that I'm learning to follow those directional arrows on the floors in stores because I am told if I'm headed in the wrong direction. We know that this situation is fluid and that it keeps changing as the number of COVID-19 cases continues to be monitored closely by public health. Without a doubt, we are all anxious to have our lives to get back to normal, but we know that the new normal will look very different than it did a few months ago. We are anxious to move forward, and those on the front lines are very weary. Thank you to all in our community who continue to provide the supports and services needed, to our public health unit staff and our medical officer of health, to all of our frontline emergency and service responders, essential services and community providers for their ongoing efforts to keep us safe. We will continue to get through this together, and we will be stronger than ever. And on that note, I want to welcome today as guests, I have Adrienne Robinson and also her mom, Paula Walpole. There she is. Hi, Paula.
Hi.
Who are here to talk to us about their business, Sugar Dust Bakery, but also a shared initiative that they have with Rocking Horse as a result of COVID-19. Rocking Horse was unable to join us today. However, I understand that you're going to be telling all about the initiatives. So I want to say thank you to both of you for being on this program. So tell me about Sugar Dust Bakery. How did you get the name in the first place?
So my sister and actually came up with the name for us. It was just, we were thinking and talking out loud about how one day it would be great to own a bakery, and she's like, oh, this would be such a cool name. And so she actually said, what if you called it Sugar Dust? And then when we opened up, it just kind of flew into place that that's what we decided to call it.
Excellent. Now, where are you located and when did you open up?
Yeah, so we opened up, what was it, October 5th?
October the 5th.
Last year, and we are located at 275 9th Street East here in Owen Sound, just across from Bayshore Broadcasting.
Okay, so you opened up and you were open just for a few months and COVID-19 arrived. Oh my goodness. I bet you went, oh, what timing is this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how many of you are there actually in the bakery?
Just my mom and myself. So we do all the baking here. Everything's handmade from scratch. And then I do have a twin sister who helps out kind of more with the front of house things. She really helped out with the design here at the bakery. She has her own interior design business. So she helped us with the layout. But yeah, it is just my mom and I. We don't have any other staff here helping.
So before COVID-19 hit, could people come in, they could buy products there at your bakery, and was there room for them to sit and actually eat the bakery as well? Do you have seating space?
So we are open, before COVID-19, we were open Tuesdays to Saturdays. And unfortunately, no customers are not able to sit and enjoy our baked goods, because we would have to have a second washroom accessible to them, and we don't have that.
Yeah.
Actually the front of the bakery is fairly small. If you got 5 people in it, it's rather cozy. So people come in, they bought what they wanted, and then they left, and then the next people came in and bought their stuff. So it's just not big enough space to be able to do that.
So it's cozy.
Cozy.
Now,
perfect for exactly what we were looking for. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So people could come in and buy. And how did you decide what you were going to sell? How did you what prompted the products?
So my mom and I just kind of sit down. Now, before COVID, we would try and switch up flavors every day or every second day, just to have a variety. And that morning, we would do a video on our social media to let customers know what flavors were available that day. Now that COVID has taken over, we set a weekly schedule. So we are only doing curbside pickups right now on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yes.
And it is the same items all week.
So you are. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. No.
I was just going to say, so in our cases before COVID-19, we offered 2 flavors of scones, sometimes 3 if we had a savory flavor. We offered cupcakes, 2 or 3 varieties of cupcakes, 2 varieties of cookies, 2 varieties of squares, and then we also made butter tarts 3 days a week, and cinnamon buns 3 days a week, and then cheese bread on the weekend.
Right. And with COVID-19, you mentioned you actually go on your social media. Were you doing that social media even before COVID-19?
Yep. So every morning, I would do a video of the cases so that everyone would know what the flavors are. Now we post. So actually, we just opened back up in April, the middle of April. And now we just post the weekly menu and people order off that. We don't have anything in the cases right now. Everything is made, boxed, in bags, ready for people to just pick up on curbside.
Yeah, so they can order online, they can phone in, and then do you actually arrange a time for them to come to get it?
Yeah, so we usually have a window. Right now it's 12 to 2.
Okay.
So a 2-hour window, and we send out a little blurb to everybody that's ordered, letting them know, keep your distance. The table that we place your order on is clean between clients. If somebody is here before you, make sure that you have the 6 feet distance and that. So just to make sure that the customers are feeling safe in our protocols and what we're doing here, but then also that we're safe so that we can continue to stay open.
So how do you accept payment for the products then? Is it online or?
Do you want to do that?
So right now we're encouraging most of our customers to pay by e-transfer, and that has been well received. There are some people who aren't comfortable with e-transferring, so we have our system here is Square, so we have the ability to have the Square sitting on the pink table, and then they can tap and without any contact with the ladies here today.
Right. So basically, you don't have to be face to face with the customer at this point in time.
Yeah. So what we do is there's a little step up at our bakery. So what they usually do is they stand kind of on the curb. We have the door propped open so nobody has to touch a door. We have the pink table there. We ask them for their number. Everybody's given an order number.
Okay.
So that when they come up, they can just say order 1, and then we just verify the name, set their order on the table, and then we back up.
Yeah.
And then they can come and get it. And then once they're gone, we sanitize the table in between each customer picking up.
So quite an involved process that when you first started your business, you would never have had to do.
No. Yeah, we definitely couldn't have predicted that this is something that would have even evolved or that we thought about in October when we opened. We were just so excited to have, we started in October, so this is actually our first summer here, and we usually do Katy Market, and that's not happening this year either. So it's a big adjustment, but with being a new business, both my mom and I are pretty innovative, and we're trying to figure out how we can kind of roll with the punches and figure out how to deal with this COVID-19 curve that's happening.
Yeah. And obviously, when we opened, when we decided to open in April, the 2 days per week, the response we got back from our customers prior to COVID-19, but we have people who have ordered now who we had never come into the bakery before or had never experienced sugar dust baking before, and so we have new people who are quite excited that they have the ability to order baked goods online.
Mm-hmm. So in the future, do you anticipate that this kind of a business model of online ordering and pickup maybe in addition to having people come into your store?
I think right now, with the way that everything's going, this is going to be the new norm for a long while. Yeah. As much as there are people that are comfortable with coming in, like we have, they call it a sneeze guard, but we have a plexiglass kind of barrier up above the cases and up where our cash station is, separating my mom and I from the customers. So it's just a barrier that we put up. So it is safe, but there will still be some people that aren't, and we do not want to exclude them. So even though we will eventually open up full time for people to come in, we will still keep the takeout option available for those who want it.
Yes. Now, as far as the size of orders, are you limited to the size of an order that a person, I see you smiling.
If somebody wants a cupcake or a cookie or a square, we will put it in a box without a problem. Mm-hmm. We had a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, a couple that came in, they had ordered, like pre-ordered, but they were going down country to their son's wedding. And so they actually had 3 dozen scones, 2 dozen cupcakes. 2 dozen cupcakes. Like they had a huge order. But we, I mean, if in the past, before COVID-19, we have had elderly people who live downtown core, you know, who go out and walk. They see that we have those peanut butter confetti marshmallowy things, and they come in and they get one. And so we don't want to limit or restrict what a person can get. So if they want a cookie, we'll put a cookie in a bag and they can have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. So one size doesn't fit all, and one order size doesn't fit all either, right?
Yeah. That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah. So you're quite flexible. So speaking of flexibility, then tell me about the initiative that you've developed, linking with the Rocking Horse, and if there's any others that I need to know about as well. So tell me what you do and how that came about.
Yeah, so Deb and Diane actually contacted my mom and I kind of just shortly after we reopened, knowing that a lot of kids and adults too that like to celebrate are probably feeling a little bit depressed, and they can't have parties and they can't have their friends over to celebrate. So how could we come together to make their day still special? So the Rocking Horse, they have such amazing toys, such a great selection there of that. And then they also do balloons for orders as well. And then we come in on the sweet side. So we have 3 set flavors that customers can choose from with them. So we do confetti cupcakes, vanilla cupcakes, and chocolate. And then my mom and I spoke, and we decided that we would customize icing colors. So still trying to keep it simple, but be able to customize. So we had a few rainbow go out, Iron Man colors. There's been a lot of green, hasn't there? And pink is pretty common too, but trying to make it as special as we can. And then, so all of the orders are done through Deb and Diane at the Rocking Horse, and then they just let us know what's coming up when. And then they come and pick them up. We box them up really pretty. And then everything is just picked up at the Rocking Horse. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop.
So has this been something that has grown now that it's out and about? Are people asking for more of these surprise packages?
I think it was really well received when both the Rocking Horse and ourselves shared it on our social media. People were pretty happy about us coming together and trying to make everyone else's lives a little bit simpler as we all try to navigate this. I think with COVID, it will force small businesses to be innovative and to team up and see how they can help our community and help small businesses around us. Like Deb knew that, we were still pretty new and we had been closed for over a month and had just decided to open up. So that was something that we really had to look forward to have orders through them in a partnership, which we're hoping will continue past COVID-19. As it's been really well received and the orders keep coming.
And what you said is something that I'm hearing as I go through interviewing the community. Yes, COVID-19 is really serious, but out of it is a little bit of a silver lining to this cloud where people are developing linkages and partnerships that maybe never would have occurred before. And this is an example. I think it's great that there was a reaching out and you were willing to reach back and link together as well for the situation. So those unique partnerships are actually a little bit of a silver lining for small businesses to be able to help survive, for sure.
Yeah.
So what are you hearing back from that initiative? Do you hear back from the people who either receive what you've done or for those who gift them to someone else?
So I think the biggest thing, as far as like hearing directly from people, we haven't really heard them, but there will be families, or if they're dropped off as a gift, they will post on social media tagging both the Rocking Horse and us, and then we will see, amazing thing done by the Sugar Dust and the Rocking Horse, and the treats were delicious and the toys were amazing. So we've heard nothing but positive things, which is really good. And I think, as we go forward, we'll really try to keep the orders as big as we can, but also still not try to overwhelm both of us.
Yeah. And I think too, when Deb and Diane contacted us, it was birthdays more than anything, like young kids. However, like we're now into June, kids are not back to school. We have grade 8 graduations. We have high school graduations, and I mean, I do believe likely that Deb and Diane have graduation type balloons that if a family wanted to celebrate in a special way somebody's graduation, and actually they graduate from kindergarten too, I believe. So there's lots of opportunity to do graduation type cupcakes, and we have talked about, Adrienne and I have talked about that and we actually are going to be offering them the 27th of June, where we'll post out prior to that we'll make graduation cupcakes for anybody who wishes to celebrate somebody's graduation that they're not able to attend right now.
Yeah, which is excellent. Do you actually deliver any of your goods to homes? People do come and get them, but do you deliver?
Yeah, so when we first started the curbside pickup, we did have a few people that we delivered to, a lot more out of town. So I live here in Owen. My mom actually lives in Chesley, so she commutes back and forth. But we had customers reach out to us from Tara and out near Rockford and Allenford, Chatsworth, wanting to know if we could deliver or as it was a surprise. and could we drop it off? So we have done that as well. We absolutely don't mind figuring that out with someone. We had a customer who was over in, I think it was BC she was in, and she contacted us through Instagram and ordered cupcakes for us to drop off at her sister at work. So people are really getting into the spirit of, you know, sharing what they can, even if they aren't close. Her sister was on the front line, so it was just an extra sweet treat. But yeah, we absolutely don't mind delivering, and if anyone is ever worried about it, just give us a message.
And that's an amazing thing. It's a way of being able to support the frontline providers in whatever facilities they are, by having something delivered to them, because everyone loves a cupcake, right? Yeah. So I'm wondering at this point, do you anticipate other initiatives coming forward? I know you're coping with so much change, and your business model has changed even from the time you first opened. What do you see for yourselves over the next few months?
I think one of the big things for us will be to kind of figure out what our new normal here at the bakery will be. So right now, this Saturday, we will start doing takeout, so people can come in, and that will be the 13th, 20th, and 27th that we will do that. And then after my mom retires, she actually still works full time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So she will still work full time. So she's actually retiring at the end of June. So once that is done, then we will look at doing the takeout Tuesday to Saturday again. And if I think at this point, if any business is wanting to do a partnership, or if we think of another business, you know, that would help get our name out, get their name out, and if we can help our community more, I think both of us are more than open to that, and everybody working together within our community. That's one thing that we love about Owen Sound, is that there are so many small businesses, and we all need to get our name out now, especially because we've all taken a hit with this. So trying to get the revenue back in so that we can serve the community and keep Owen Sound local is another big thing. But yeah, I think finding what our new normal is and how we adapt to this, but then also being open to new avenues and adventures that come forward.
Yeah. So when you say takeout, it means they can come into the store, pick what they want, and then rather than if they choose not to order online and pick it up from a table, they can actually come in and take a selection. All of your items are baked on site, are they?
Yep.
So when people come in, I bet it smells delicious.
We get told, so we actually prop the front door open. We have a screen door that separates the front of house from the back of house. So we prop the front door open sometimes just to get a breeze. And I think when we first opened in October, we had people come up saying they could smell us all the way down by the bank. So we don't need a ton of advertising because we just have to open the door and people can smell it. But we get here really early in the morning, and then by the time we open for customers to come in, we've kind of become nose blind. We can't really smell it unless we leave and come back. So people come in and they're like, "Oh, it smells so good in here," and we're like, "I don't smell it anymore," but okay, thank you.
You're right about advertising, eh? I think it's too bad on Skype they don't have smelly Skype where I can get the fragrance as we're talking. What are you finding is your most popular item at this point in time?
I think cupcakes are always a big one. Scones are always a big one. We've only done, my mom makes really good butter tarts. I can't take any credit for that. We've only done them once through curbside pickup, but they were probably the most popular thing that week. So,
okay. Yeah. And as you go along, you'll be able to choose the things that people enjoy. Are there things that you might be planning in the future as far as items that may potentially I mean, I don't want to break a trade secret or anything, but as you're going forward, are you thinking of producing other items?
Yeah, so what are we doing this month? So this month on the 20th and the 21st, which is Father's Day weekend, we do have custom orders coming in for cupcakes. We have custom cakes going out for birthdays, anniversaries, graduation. We now have the ability, we just got actually a little fridge for out front. So we will start having like mini cheesecakes available that people can just come in and buy. Some different things we've wanted to try that we haven't been able to do because they do need to be refrigerated is like a chocolate chip cookie dough cheesecake bar.
Oh!
Yeah. So that is something that will be coming in the summer on the weekend of June 27th. We will have the graduation cupcakes available, just some in the cases, and then the 3 Saturdays that we're open, so the 13th to 20th and the 27th, we will also have chocolate and vanilla cupcakes that have rainbow icing in support of Pride Month.
So what I'm hearing, I mean, I can sense your enthusiasm, and it's just delightful. But what I'm also hearing is that, you know, you're a new business. You've learned to be resilient, without a doubt, and you have plans for the future, things that you'd like to try, which I think is certainly significant for a new, smaller business, but one that has potential to grow. We've got about a minute left in the program, Adrienne. Is there anything you'd like to add just in our last minute of the show?
Yeah, I think both myself and my mom would really just like to thank the community for supporting us, and then also on behalf of Deb and Diane at the Rocking Horse supporting our partnership with them and our initiative to kind of help the community. But just a big overall thank you to Owen Sound and surrounding area, Gray and Bruce, for helping us get through this and kind of holding our hand in the sense that we are just a new business, and when it first happened, we weren't sure what the outcome would be for us, but standing by us and standing with us and the community just coming together to ride this little roller coaster that's happening in the world right now, and hopefully everyone will come out on top and our community and our small businesses will be stronger than ever.
I want to thank both of you for being on the program. It's been a delight to meet both of you, and all the best in your future. Thank you to our viewing audience as well for joining us today. Please stay tuned for more information about COVID-19 resources available to you. Take care, stay safe, and care for each other. Thank you.